All right. Shoot.
Okay, so to you, what is love? What do you believe love is?
Well, there's different kinds of love. Some love, I don't know what it feels like. For example, people say whenever you have a kid that it's a love that you can't explain, it's different, that for the first time they know what love is. So technically, I can't answer that. Make sense?
Yeah. But what do you believe love is for yourself? Like self-love.
Self-love? I believe self-love is when you stop judging yourself so much and stop comparing yourself to others. Because the more you compare yourself to others on how they look or how they dress or what they have, or the more unhappy you become. So you're focusing so much on their life and you want to look like them so bad, and it's not working because you're not really them. And like you look at all these magazines and shit, everything's fake. But yeah, we aspire to be like them. Oh, why don't I have this kind of body, this kind of hair? And it's like you're gonna live your life comparing yourself to others instead of actually living. So every day you're just alive, 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 hoping you're walking in their shoes, but you're not actually living. So I feel like self-love starts with yourself, and you have to just take the right steps. Look at yourself in the mirror and realize that can't nobody do you the way you can do you. Nobody can own you the way you can own you, or embrace you the way you can embrace you, because we all have our own lives to live. So if you don't embrace yourself and realize how beautiful you are inside and out, you're never going to have self-love. And if you don't have self-love, you're insecure. And if you're insecure, you're unhappy. And if you're unhappy, you're depressed. And if you're depressed, you're in a hole. And if you're in a hole, how do you get out? That's my question.
So you said that when you're depressed, you're in a dark hole, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know how to get out of that dark hole?
Depends what kind of hole you're talking about.
Like a hole from feeling unloved from yourself and from somebody else, your family, maybe your friends, your significant other.
Well, that's like 800 different holes you're talking about. But I just, like I said, it all comes within you. Because like I said, believe it or not, I know what it's like to feel alone, to have nobody, to take your pain out on fucking alcohol or on the wrong people and hurt the good ones. And as you're hurting the good people, you want to pull in the bad people and you don't know why. I know what it's like to be torn down by family, by friends, by strangers, but if you realize how much you're worth, I know it sounds so fucking cliche and you hear that everywhere, but it's true. And until the day you realize how much you're worth and that you have a purpose here, even though you haven't figured it out yet, it's okay. It's okay. You know, it's not set date and time where you have to figure out who you are and what you have to do in this life. No, all you have to realize first and foremost is that one, that you matter to, you have a purpose here. And instead of struggling, well, what is my purpose, and being mad and upset about it, you make it a beautiful process and learn more about yourself every single day. And I feel like if you take that time to be alone and take that time for yourself instead of being so afraid to do it, instead of finding distractions with your friends and drugs and alcohol and going out, if you take time to learn about yourself, you're going to open all these new doors about yourself that you don't even know. Whenever you do that, you're going to realize what you've been missing out on you your whole life. You know what I mean?
So I have a quote for you, and I want you to tell me what you believe about it, like what you think about it. Love is an unconditional commitment to an imperfect person. To love somebody isn't just a strong feeling, it is a decision, a judgment, and a promise.
Which is true, but first you have to ask yourself this. Before you make all these promises and commitments to this person, first of all, is it love or is it lust? Because if it's lust and you think it's love, you're going to be doing all the right things for the wrong person. You're going to be giving your all to somebody that doesn't even care about you enough. You're going to be crying yourself to sleep every night while you're still giving yourself. So if you're giving your all to somebody without even being loved, you're going to lose yourself. And whenever you lose yourself, it's a shitty feeling. Because you don't know where you are, what you're here for, why you're even alive, why you're breathing. You don't know how to live without them. You don't know how to walk, how to breathe, how to get up. So if all this commitment and promises and forever lasting type of shit, it goes for lust, it's not going to last. If it hurts, it's not love. Yes, I know love is, you're going to have your bad days, painful here and there, but love shouldn't be that hard. People make relationships seem like they're so hard, but they're really not. It's self-explanatory. Whenever you love somebody and they love you back and you feel the love on both ends so strong, there's no abuse, there is no crying, there is no betrayal, there is no lying. Yeah, you're going to say stuff that's going to affect the other person, but love isn't going to bed every night crying. or hiding in the corner of your bathroom wondering, do I go, do I stay, do I leave? Does he or she even see me? Am I enough? So if you have any of these thoughts in your head, it's not love. And even though you may want it to be because you may really like this person, or you may even love them, they don't love you back, get out. Because if you don't get out now, you're going to get in a hole that's so much deeper that you can't crawl out of anymore. You're stuck for the time. Not forever, for the time. And sometimes we're scared to start all over because it's a fucking drag, right? It's stressful. Like, how am I going to find somebody like this? How am I going to be comfortable around them? How am I going to be able to fucking fart around them or whatever? And we don't want to start over, so we hang on to the past. Whenever you hang on to the past, it's like, do you really want them, or do you want the person that they used to be? Do you really miss them, or do you miss the memories of what could have been? You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's my opinion. Why are you crying?
Because your shit's fucking real. I've never even, asked anybody questions and be on the other end crying because I don't listen to nobody. And your words are true. Do you think it's possible to love multiple people at one time?
No. Well, like I said, there's different kinds of love. It's like, I don't know what this one feels like to have a kid and to this, like to your parent versus relationship. So yeah. But as far as relationship-wise, I don't think so. Only because this quote could be totally wrong, but there's a quote that said, if you're stuck between two people, what did it say? Pick the second one, because the first one would have never given you a reason to fall out of love with them and go to the other person. And that's true. Maybe it's a way of your head telling you let go and move on. But then again, your heart's like pulling and pulling and pulling. I don't know. So as far as relationship-wise, no, you can't love two people at the same time. Love is between two people. Either a man, woman, two women, two men, whatever your situation is. Two people. There is no three motherfuckers up in this bitch. You know? It's two, you and I. And you and I, when we get together, we become one. We're a team. So, no, just one person. But that's just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Do you believe love is between a man and woman only in a relationship?
What kind of a sick question is that? No. This all goes back to, I know it sounds dumb, but to racism. They say pale isn't beautiful, color isn't beautiful, this isn't beautiful. That's sick to me, you know? I don't see color, I see blood, right? We all bleed red, we're all the same. So therefore, how is it okay for a man and a woman to be okay and not be judged, but whenever a man and a man get together, or a woman and a woman get together, they get judged and looked at crazy? That's fucked up. And, oh, you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. If that's true, then we're all going to hell. Because in the Bible it says, you go to hell if you cut your hair, you go to hell if you get tattoos, you go to hell if you have sex before marriage, you go to hell if you have this and that. That's totally wrong. I believe, coming from a lesbian myself, and I'm not just saying that because I'm a lesbian, no, fuck that. Love does not see gender. Love sees heart. Love sees mind. Love feels and connects with the other. Love vibes. It's not body parts or this or what's right. There is no right or wrong when it comes to love. If you love and they love you, then go. Fuck what anybody says. Nobody can tell you how to live your life and what's right from wrong. Because when they're sitting here pointing one finger at you, like my mom always told me, there's three back pointing right at them. So, love is blind. That's what they say. And I agree. Are you recording? I hope you're not. Are you living? Or are you
breathing?
No, alive. Meaning, are you living every single day to your fullest potential, doing everything that you can to better yourself, to make yourself happy, to make yourself grow in all these beautiful ways, and just living your life to the fullest, not being dumb about it either, but living your life so amazingly with the right people, the good vibes. When the moment you go to bed, you're like, fuck, I did a lot today. I'm really happy with my life. Like, I'm living. Or are you just alive? Are you settling every day? Are you settling for happiness? Are you settling for a relationship? Are you settling for a 9-to-5 job that you don't even like? Are you settling for a fake friendship that you know it's fake? You have a feeling it's fake, but you don't want to let them go. Are you settling for anything? So really, ask yourself, are you living or are you just alive?
And which one are you doing?
I'm living.
To the fullest?
Yeah.
Nothing holding you back one bit?
No. No, people are gonna try to. People try to hold me back, but that shit don't fucking stop me.
Do you think that you have to have self-love in order to love somebody else in a relationship? Or to love anybody in general?
No. Because growing up, I had no self-love for myself. I didn't know who I was, you know? I lost myself, but even though I was so depressed, I didn't know who I was, I didn't love me, I know I had enough love to keep my family going, to love them, to hold them up when they were down, to try to fix them, fix my friends, do this. And I do believe, even though you don't love yourself, you could be in a relationship. Because I'm very open-minded. Because that just means they're a little broken. And that's okay. It's okay to be broken. It just means that you have to make sure you find the right person that is going to accept you broken. It's going to help you, patch you up, and heal you little by little, as you both should. So just because somebody's a little broken, a little bit scared, because what they've been through, doesn't mean you should judge them based on that. I feel like you could love, even if you're a damn asshole. Because love is everywhere. Love is blind. Love is beautiful. There's no right or wrong. There is no restriction. So yeah.
So what's one advice you want to close this off on? And, you know, one quote or one advice to give to your supporters and to helping them get through their heartbreaks, or if they're lacking self-love or lacking love from their family or friends, what advice could you give them?
Just breathe. Remind yourself to breathe, and remind yourself that no matter what you are going through, don't believe me, don't, but you'll see. Remind yourself that everything is going to be okay. Because whether you believe in God or not, I do. And I believe that God puts his strongest soldiers through the toughest battle because we can get through it. And we often ask ourselves, well, how come I'm going through more shit than others? How come I go through so much bullshit and they don't? Don't compare yourself, first of all. Secondly, that just means you're a little stronger than them. You can go through more. And when all this passes by, you're gonna learn so much. Instead of sitting here using your pain in negative ways, learn from it. Be alone. Get to know who you are. Write. Have a journal on you. Listen to music. Do this, do that. Get to know who you are. And instead of blocking yourself out from pain and running from it, deal with it. It's hard, I get it. Deal with it. And whenever you deal with it and whenever you learn the lesson, you can help somebody else while going through the same thing that you once were. And not only are you going to be okay, but you're going to possibly save their life. So be smart with your pain. Be smart with your pain. That is my only advice to you guys. And always be yourself, because, man, it feels fucking good when you learn to love yourself and not give a fuck what others think about you. Honestly. And as always, Mama Biscuit loves you biscuits. And for you guys who don't know, I call my supporters biscuits because I love the biscuits from Popeyes and I'm Mama Biscuit. So Mama Biscuit loves you biscuits. Bye guys.